Hey everybody, my name's Ed. Okay, so I'm going to show you some trades and collections I've gotten over the last several weeks, and maybe talk about some things, some videos I have maybe planned, possibly. Okay, so this is, first though, I want to say just thank you to everybody who watched my last video about Starstruck. I was really surprised it got so many views. I put up one about Green Lantern and Green Arrow, a couple of characters that, everybody knows about. That video, as of my recording right now, only got, it hasn't even cracked 20 videos, and that's been up for like 3, going on 4 weeks. But the video for Starstruck, just over the weekend, has cracked 150. So thank you everybody who saw that and liked and subscribed and everything. So anyway, getting to this week's video. So I got Terry the Pirates Volume 3 and Volume 14 from Flying Buttress Press. So I want to get a few more of these before I start digging into Terry and the Pirates. Going to start looking at the Grant Morrison run on Batman. Grant Morrison and Andy Kubert. This is the introduction of Damian Wayne. So, alrighty. New Frontier #1, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I read this before, but it's a classic written and drawn by Darwin Cook. Colors by Dave Stewart. Real interesting look at Silver Age DC characters and kind of interesting commentary on, the heroes, comics, the social political changes at the time and stuff like that. So that might be an interesting thing to talk about pretty soon or one of these days. Transmetropolitan Volume 2, Warren Ellis and Darren Robertson. I think I talked about Volume 1 a couple of years ago, right around when COVID first started, possibly. So it'll be interesting to get back into this kind of cyberpunk Hunter S. Thompson type thing. Give Me Liberty by Frank Miller and Dave Thomas. I read this in singles as a miniseries when it first came out back in the mid-90s. Gonna reread it again. Or actually, I have already reread this version of it. So we might do a video on it probably sooner rather than later. I got this, The Divine, Asaf Hanukkah and Tomar Hanukkah. It's a story about child soldiers in developing countries, so that looks pretty interesting. Also, I'll probably do a video on this. I actually bought this a few years ago. The American Way. It's written by John Ridley, the artist by George Agenti and Carl Story. Story about a group of heroes during the early mid-60s. It's kind of a conservative superhero team, and then what happens when they try to introduce an African-American person to the team. So kind of interesting, and I may or may not do this. Again, bought this a couple of years ago, or maybe not a couple of years ago, about a year or so ago. Inner City Romance, Guy Caldwell. This is some kind of offbeat, kind of raunchy, kind of out there underground comics from the 70s. So that might be interesting to talk about as well. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much. I got some interesting things coming up, and you guys have a great day.